Hey everybody,
Hey there from AldermanFarms.
from outside at Alderman Farms.
Yes, it's
so
nice.
We're going to have a little background noise with some crickets and grasshoppers. It's a lovely day. It really just has been gorgeous here. We are very thankful for some cooler temperatures finally. I see that our oldest boy Cameron is in the chat and he's laughing at our cooler temperatures.
Yeah.
But Patty was just telling me an interesting thing that Cameron pointed out to her. I just realized we've swapped places.
Yeah, we have.
And so now the lower third thing is kind of out of place because it looks like that's Tommy and I'm Patty. Oh well. So, but Patty was FaceTiming with Cameron when?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Evening, yeah.
And tell him what you just told me about that.
He said it was a little strange because he could hear the crickets and all in the background. He said up there in Oregon they don't have bugs like that make noises and all.
So
it's just I didn't even hear them when he said that, and I stopped and listened and I heard them. I'm just so used to hearing them I didn't hear them, but me and Tommy sitting here and all quiet, and I thought about that. I said, well, I guess y'all better hear our crickets too.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, well, we're outside. I did a speed test on our internet. We're not too far from the house, too far from the router, and I was getting plenty, like 50, 65 megabits a second upstream. So we should be close enough to the router. I'm a little puzzled because I've got my iPad here so I can monitor the chat, and the picture is frozen.
Mine's not.
Yeah, I see that, and so we should have plenty of bandwidth to go. But this is just a test. There's Fly in the background. We've got her locked in the back because she was how they say in the way, or what she was looking for a man friend, and look now. This is going to be an adventure because all the rest of the dogs except Fly have access to us. So I hope you're going to get a chance to see Duke. Come here, Duke. Come here, Duke. Come here, Duke.
But I have my trusty newspaper.
Yeah, this is Duke, our Anatolian Shepherd, who is probably somewhere north of 100 pounds. He's a big sweetie. He loves his daddy. He loves his mommy too. So he'll be probably taking part in the show more than once.
The TC Meow's already crossed to the back one time. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we got two puppies, rambunctious puppies. Here comes Tiger now. He's like, oh boy, this looks like fun.
Well, and I just hope that the
tell everybody we're coming right back.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
All right, it seems like it's running again. I don't know what happened, but.
Oh, they said pictures up.
Hey y'all, give us a minute. Have no idea what happened. It just I am running on battery power on my laptop, so this is just a terrible thing to experiment with, I guess. During a live show, we should have tested it, I suppose. Really apologize about that. And last week our internet crashed. That wasn't the internet crash. The software locked up. So
last week? Oh, no, last week the internet crashed.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Last week the internet crashed, but that wasn't what this was. So I don't know what happened. I just started getting a bad little message on the little stream indicator on Wirecast that it wasn't hooked up, and so sorry about that. But we are back, now.
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
But wait a minute now. Teresa Dean says, "Oh, I want him. Please let me have one." Now, I don't know exactly what she's talking about, but
if you want Tiger, he's yours. Come get him.
Yes, we'll meet you.
For you today only. Yeah, we'll meat you.
Yeah,
great dog. We're just dog poor.
Yeah, we ended up. How many puppies does she have?
I don't remember.
Oh, I'm gone again on here.
No, we're still live.
Okay, but anyway, It says it keeps trying to autofocus, Tommy.
Really? Probably because we're moving. Probably because they got stuff moving around in the back.
Yeah.
Bear with us. This was a bad idea. Well, we probably won't do it again. We promise. So just, if you would, just try to fight through the frustration of the autofocus.
Yeah, they may be trying to focus on Duke back there. He's sleeping.
Yeah, probably when something back there moves, it's trying to pick it up. And I'm sorry about that. We'll be lucky if we just make it through the feed without losing you again.
But anyway, back to what Teresa says. She says the dog, but we had Tiger showed up right here. Duke is the one laying down back there, and you can't have him. But the reason we had the dog locked up in the very back, she's Border Collie, he's Anatolian Shepherd, and they did breed her last heat, and so they had, I think, about 8 puppies, and we were able to find a home for all of them but 2. We decided to keep one. He hasn't came over here. We'll show you him when he does. But Tiger, the little one that came right here, well, not that one, the other one. But anyway, we really would like to find a home from him. He's a sweet, sweet dog.
Sweet dog, very affectionate, brindle, dark brindle color. You saw him. So yeah, holler at us. We'll hook you up. I promise. Yeah. All right, yeah. Patty, what do we need to talk about here?
Well, let's see.
I've got a few clips.
Got a few clips. I've been picking a lot of peppers. You probably didn't put a clip of that. I think we showed them that last week anyway.
Yeah, I didn't put any peppers up.
I'm still picking lots of peppers. And
you could probably say that Patty picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Yep.
Well, they're not pickled yet. Patty pickled a peck of peppers. Patty picked a pile of peppers and pickled a pile of peppers.
Yeah. And I have to pickle a pile more.
Plenty, because we got plenty piles of peppers to pickle.
You need to stop.
I promise.
Well, what we just got through opening up an area in front of Mama's for the goats to get out and eat. We've been having them locked on the pine, up in the pines, and we had a great time. My grandson was here, and we went for a walk. And we didn't film any of that.
No, we didn't.
But they've made trails all through the pine trees, and it was really cool. We didn't know where we were.
No.
Had no idea where we were in the woods. It was, what, 20 acres?
It looked like a trail that had been made by a four-wheeler.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was just so wide open and completely down. You know, I've got that little Steadicam thing.
Oh, you sure do.
That we can put my iPhone on, and you can walk with it. And I think it costs, I don't remember, $40 or something. But it's really cool because you can just walk with it, and you have to walk a little careful, but it really steadies the camera. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll take a stroll through, follow some of the animal trails in the pine trees, and see how that looks.
Yeah, that would be really cool. We found one trail, and the kids will love to go in there too, which, you know, they're all grown. But I know when Cameron comes home, we'll go for a walk in there. And we didn't even tell Corey about it while he was home this weekend, because they've played back in those pine trees, and it's so different now to have the different trails and everything. It's really cool. Yeah.
Patty, Norma wants to know if you're going to pickle the rest of the peppers.
I'm going to pickle some more. I have quite a few jalapenos that I'll be pickling, but I'll probably freeze some too. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I've already done like 6 pints of jalapenos, and I'll have at least 6 or 7 more to do. And so then, I don't know, I'll have to go from there. I may dehydrate some. I'll probably send some back with Cameron if he wants some when he comes home for Christmas. So he likes peppers. I think about him and my nephew Matt every time I pick them, because they both love hot stuff. And they try and out-hot each other sometimes with tasting different hot sauce. So.
But I don't think ours are like super hot.
No,
right?
no,
we're not like mad scientist pepper growers, but you know, trying to see about the hottest pepper. Oh, that'd be pretty cool, Mike. We might make us famous. You know. Maybe,
yeah, Patty's pickled peppers.
Yeah. I can't think of a word for hot that starts with a P, but. Anyway, but we do have success with peppers, and they sure do add great color to the garden.
Yeah,
hey, go for green, don't sweat it, and tell Palmetto Paratrooper howdy, and y'all enjoy your meal.
Also, I'm getting tons of eggs. Our Delaware are finally starting to lay, And of course there's smaller eggs, and my aunt and my sister were here this weekend, and I sent 4 dozen home with them. Because I could probably sell some of them, the smaller ones, you know, at a reduced price. But I'm looking for recipes to do with eggs, but not recipes that call for 2 or 4 eggs. Well, I want a recipe that calls for a dozen and stuff like that. So, and I'll probably pickle some eggs because we like
with
pickle,
peppers.
With peppers, yes, some of our peppers. But
Well, we got plenty. We got a peck or more.
So I've been
Patty's Pyromania peppers.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, Suburban. That's good.
Or pyro
That's
peppers.
good. Pyro peppers. I like that. Bye, bandana grandma. Yeah, piquant. I guess that's what I guess I never knew that. Sauce piquant. I guess I'll have to look that up. Pretty cool. Let's see here. You mentioned that we had let the goats out. I had a little they've been locked up in the pine forest, and we don't have really a good shot of all of them. That's Newbie, our Nubian buck, right there in the immediate foreground, and Spree the Oberhasli walking away. Of course, by the time I got over there to film them, they decided they had been out enough and decided they'd head back toward the pine areas.
Yeah, they were a little uneasy, but you know, when I just walked from over there, they're all out in the front right now.
Yeah, I can see them from here.
Yeah, that's true. There they are.
I can see, looking at them, that they're all out there, and I'm going to show you in a minute, not right now, but not right this second, but the 3 hogs, or 2 of the 3 hogs that we have locked up in the pine trees. Well, you want to go ahead and talk about that now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me go ahead and show you. Well, let me just tell you a little bit, and I've mentioned some of this a couple times before, but a few months ago we got a line on some rare genetic guinea hogs from a family near Laurel, Mississippi, that had been raising guinea hogs for like 60 years. The grandfather of the guy who contacted us, or the guy who was in charge of dispersing the herd, had started. They never had registered these hogs, but they'd done a good job of breeding for the original breed standard and whatnot. And so the grandfather's son took over, and he's now an old man. Actually, he's deceased now. Yeah. He had been diagnosed with a terminal disease, and so the grandson was like, I've got a full-time job. I can't do this. So they dispersed the herd, and we went over there and grabbed two gilts. One of the gilts we actually lost in childbirth. We'd never seen anything like that happen. And
it was too late. It
was too late. We tried to intervene, but it was too late by the time we got to her. And then we had a little older gilt and this young male that they've now grown up. So, and they look so. Let's see. That's the female. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what a guinea hog is supposed to look like. An American guinea hog. Although both of them have a little bit of white coming out of them, that's not disqualifying. But there are a lot of guinea hog breeders who don't like anything other than solid black, which is really just a matter of preference. Unless it's like huge white solid spots and all that, that wouldn't be right. But this doesn't take away from the breed standard. But notice her shape. If you've seen it, you'll see a little clip of some of our other guinea hogs in a few minutes. And you'll notice they're just shaped differently. They're longer, they're leaner, they're thinner. But a guinea hog is a lard hog. They're supposed to be rounder and fatter and more rotund. Not obese, but more rotund. You just notice the roundness of her. Wait till you see the boar, though. He, even more so, and here he is. The light will get better. I was in some shaded area with my iPhone. Bear with me. It gets dark, but then it'll get light. There we go. And that is what an American... This is really a prototypical American guinea hog body type, body shape, with those heavy-set jowls and the rounded haunches. Just a superb-looking animal. But the problem is one or both of them may be sterile.
Well, we don't know.
No, we
I
don't
mean,
know. But they've been together for quite a bit of time now. And
yeah, and you know what? They're going to be 2 in December.
yeah, they're going to be 2 years old in December, and
Yeah.
we don't have babies off of them. And so, you know, they may just have to be prototypical pork chops eventually. If you know,
I hope not. That'll be some costly pork chops.
there would
for
be
us.
some costly pork chops,
Yeah.
but they're beautiful animals and
Mm-hmm.
really really representative of what an American guinea hog should look like.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take for us to decide whether or not they're
Yeah.
sterile. But you know, she has not been exposed to any other boars. And there's actually another sow from our original bunch that is back there with them as an. We didn't plan it that way. She just ended up back there, but I'm glad she did, because that kind of, if she ends up not getting bred by him,
Yeah.
then it may be him.
Yeah.
We need to watch them closely for when they come in to heat and see how he behaves, because it may not be a matter of sterility. He may just be stupid. He may not know what to do. But we did see him
Yeah.
attempt to perform one time before, didn't we?
I don't remember that.
When they were over here? Maybe not. Maybe
Maybe he showed interest. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he just showed interest. I don't know. So anyway,
Yeah, the heat could have gotten to him too. You know. So
that's true.
yeah,
That's right.
maybe so. I don't know, but we'll have to see. We're not giving up on them yet.
No, we're
you
not.
know, so we'll see. We'll give them, another, 6 months or so. We should really be able to make a determination by the end in 6
Hey,
months.
Doug and Stacy. Yes, that was kind of an animal cam, but I had the cam. It wasn't strapped on a tree or anything. It was an animal iPhone shot.
Yeah.
So let's see, Patty. You talk, and I'll look and see if I missed anything yet.
Okay. Let's see. Hey, dude.
For those of you coming in late, you're going to have issues with the camera trying to focus. We just on a whim decided to sit outside because it's so lovely here in South Central Mississippi, and just very pleasant outside. But we didn't think about. We knew the dogs were going to be around, but
Yeah.
we didn't think about the camera trying to focus on them. So I'm sorry if that's. I hope it doesn't give anybody an epileptic seizure. With the camera doing that, and so far so good. They haven't knocked anything over, but I may have to get up in a minute and run get an extension cord, because I started at 100% on my laptop and we're down to 68% with
Wow.
40 minutes to go.
Uh-oh, yeah. Might have to do that. Keep sending me your egg ideas to use up my eggs that I'm having an overabundance of. And we're going to be sending out an email.
Bye, Cam. See you later.
Bye, baby. And, but anyway, those small eggs, I'm going to have to use them. I still have 23 hens out there that's going to be laying me some small eggs for a little while. So I'll need to try and use those up. But anyway, I'm excited to tell you this, too. We're going to be having baby goats at least by March. So some of the goats that you saw have gotten bred. So I'm excited about that. We haven't really milked. Oh, that's Tiger right there, Teresa, if you caught a glimpse of him.
Come here, Tiger.
But
Tiger.
anyway, I'm excited about that. I like to milk that time of year because it's cool. Well, of course, it's still kind of cold. But anyway, I'm not so busy with the garden and the farmer's market. It's really hard to milk when they have babies closer to June and everything for me.
No,
so.
you can't get up here.
All right, that's enough. I'm going to get the newspaper.
There he is. There's a good shot. Say hey, Tiger. Say hey, Tiger.
Yeah, you're
Half
Anyway.
Anatolian Shepherd, half Border Collie. Go figure. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's all I'll tell you.
Yeah, but he is the sweetest dog. You see, he loves. And Tiger, you sweet boy, huh? But anyway, so he is a great dog. He'll be a great guard dog and great he's great with kids too. We have a grandson that was here, and he played with them really good. He always plays good with the kids and everything, so very friendly. Let's see.
Yeah, it obviously it's a good name for him because of the stripes. You know, somebody commented it was a good name for him because of
Yeah.
the stripes. But I mean, you
Come on,
know,
Tiger.
as an LSU guy, I look for any opportunity to call something Tiger. Hey, thought we looked pretty good Saturday night, by the way.
Yeah.
Leonard Fournette is a grown
Come on.
man, in case you didn't know that. And if you don't know who Leonard Fournette is, Google that. Google Leonard Fournette highlights versus Ole Miss.
Oh, that's enough.
He set a single game rushing record of 284 yards on only 16 carries.
No.
Anyway, go ahead.
Norma says he's beautiful. You can get him, Norma.
Norma, he's yours.
But anyway, so we just have been just clipping along. We did miss our quick tips this past week.
Yeah.
Tommy was sick. We were going to do it after we got off the air last week, and we didn't, and then it was bedtime, and he was too tired, and we woke up, I think, after 7 last week.
I think so, yeah.
Because we were going to say, oh, we'll do it early in the morning, and we didn't do that either.
We didn't
but,
do it, yeah.
But we've got one film from tomorrow morning.
Okay, we got a couple.
So,
Didn't
we
you
got a
do a
couple.
couple? So
Yeah.
yeah, I just gotta get it done. Sometime after the show, I got to get it done.
And we know we've been lacking on videos. We have been so
And it's not her
slacking.
fault.
Yes, because he has lots of video clips that I've sent him. But I'm going to try this week. I don't think I have anything. Oh, if I say this, and I'll get so busy. But I don't think I have anything that's going to take me away this week. So I'm going to try and get on there and play with some stuff and see if I can't maybe do some short videos. It'll be easy editing.
Yeah.
And I've got to make some bread. I've been having the itch to make bread. I know we've had a lot of requests for bread. And so I'm going to film the gluten-free bread that I've been making that I like. I haven't been making it lately. I've been really bad in buying my bread at Walmart. And don't fuss at me.
I think
I've been being bad.
you know, we told you last week that I had just 4 or 5 weeks or something where I was gone more than I was here with my full-time job, and I think my resistance got down or something with all that, and because there were some late nights on the road and all this kind of stuff.
Lots of nights
Yeah.
on the road.
And I thought I had gotten a sinus infection, and so I was trying to work on that. But I think we about decided I probably had a little something viral,
Yeah.
because one of Patty's sisters had a little something that just wouldn't go away, and it just kept her where she just didn't, just no energy and all that, and that's how I felt almost all week. But feeling better now, so hopefully looking for. I don't have any travel scheduled this week as of now, knock on wood. But so hopefully we'll have a little bit more productive week. But we did get some things done. We had, I think, Patty's have updated you on our
Oh, that's right. I didn't write that on my list of things to say about
on the broccoli project, and we've had some bugs get quite a number of the
Yeah.
plants, some worms.
Those little worms.
Little worms. So she put a healthy coating of diatomaceous earth on all of the broccoli plants, and then we also have been raking up leaves. We've had tons and tons of leaves on the ground, and providing mulch between all the broccoli plants. And as it stands right now, it's probably in most places anyway, it's not exactly even, I'm sure, but in most places it's going to be 3 to 4 inches, 2 to 3 inches fairly consistently between and underneath all the broccoli plants to cover the ground. But I know Patty's already mentioned one time how amazing it is, how moist it is in those boxes.
Yeah.
And I was telling her yesterday, and when's the last time you watered those plants?
Well, I've watered them just one time since I planted them.
So how
in
long ago?
2 months. 2 months they've been watered once, and we're in a drought.
Y'all,
it's just dust.
you gotta understand.
Well, you can see behind us. It's just no grass. It's dust.
Yeah, we've got in places on our property 2 and 3 inches of dust.
Yeah.
And so no rain in a month, none. We thought we were going to get some heavy rain when this cold front came through, and I don't think we got any. Did we? None to speak of.
No, it didn't even make the ground wet. It didn't settle the dust.
So Patty either told y'all last week or week before last how moist the ground was in those boxes. It's still that way.
Yeah.
Yesterday, as I was scattering the leaves in there, I was taking the opportunity to remove a few weeds, and that ground has not been turned. It's not been compacted, and you could grab the little weeds, just with 2 fingers and pull them right out. And I just noticed that it looked awfully moist, and I stuck my fingers down in it, and doggone it if it wasn't moist. I mean, it's just amazing when the soil is full of organic matter, full of living matter, full of microbes and root material, that it just holds on to that moisture.
And when I planted those broccoli, I didn't disturb. I usually turn the beds over, and I didn't do that. I was in a hurry, and when you get the video up, everybody will see it.
Oops.
Hint, hint.
Sorry.
But anyway, I didn't disturb it, and I just dug my little hole and I planted my plant. I did put water in the hole, and anyway, so it's really done really good. But I have a few questions. Somebody said, wouldn't DE hurt the good worms? And yes, it would. Well, and somebody said that they didn't think DE hurt worms. I hope it does, because I have an infestation of them in my broccoli. So it'll get really bad if it doesn't get them. And last time I think I put the DE on there, and it did help to get rid of the worms, and we did get some broccoli off of it. But
and the vast majority of that diatomaceous earth is on the leaves of the broccoli.
Yeah, I don't work it into the soil.
Very little got down to the dirt.
No, none, because it was the leaves. You'd already put the leaves in there, so it didn't make contact.
Oh,
with
that's
the dirt.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. You did that after I put the leaves in there.
Right.
That's
so
right.
It shouldn't get down in the dirt, in the powder form. It may seep down with the rain and everything, but I do use diatomaceous earth, and we do have earthworms in our boxes, so it might hurt some of them, but it hasn't made them. It hasn't eradicated them, because I try not to put it in the soil. And there was another question too.
Somebody, let's see. I guess GMC 06 was asking, is he a Catahoula? And if you're talking about Tiger, the brindle young puppy that was up here, no, he's half Anatolian Shepherd, half Border Collie. Yeah. And I would encourage you to Google those 2 breeds.
They're great.
And yeah, but look at the size differential, and then you figure that out. Yeah. But that's what it is there. And brindle can be seen sort of latently in the Anatolian side.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
but we had quite a few puppies that turned out brindle. They were just very, very pretty. He is one of the prettier ones. And then if Blue would come up here,
Blue has actually got some brindle in his coat.
I think he's the prettiest one of all of them with the brindling, because he's darker.
Yeah.
But look, Nina Stevens said, asked me if I dehydrated my eggs. No. I forgot that I'd even heard of that. I need to research how to do that, because I do have a dehydrator. I would guess I would have to use parchment paper or saran wrap or something, because I don't have on my tray. It's got the little hole, so it would seep through. But I need to look into that and make powdered eggs. That'd be interesting.
That'd be worth a try.
Yeah.
That's never even crossed our mind, or it hadn't crossed mine anyway.
I've heard of that before. I just forgot about it. So,
all right, let's see. Somebody said, Suburban Hillbilly asked, how many acres are we on? Well, the totality of our property is 116 acres. It's a part of an original 640 acres that my great-great-grandfather staked out sometime in the 1800s. And not exactly sure, hadn't found the documents yet, but nobody ever bought it. It was they staked it out way back yonder. And out of that 640 acres, my first cousins and I still control roughly 400, give or take a few. and which is pretty cool. It's all contiguous, and I guess the people who have the other portions of that are also cousins. They're just so far removed.
Very
we don't know them, because I even asked my dad one time when he was telling me about that, Dad, who sold part of the property? And he looked at me kind of funny. He said, nobody ever sold the property. He said, none of that's ever been sold. You kin to them people. It's just way, you don't claim kin anymore. But most of the acreage is timber, wooded area. And I guess I need to get on Google Maps and get a better estimation. But as far as the part that we live on and where we garden and where our critters are most of the time, we sort of ballpark that it's 8 to 10 acres. Plus,
except the pine trees. That's,
plus the 25 and a half or so. So 30 to 35 acres is what we actively use. And but it's a beautiful property. We've got 2 creeks on what we call the back 40. I'll have to remind me for next time, and I'll put a map. I'll put an aerial shot of how our property is laid out, and
we've got some video of the creek too.
We do.
Pictures anyway.
Yeah,
pictures of that.
We go down there when it's hot. Sometimes we'll go down all the way back to the creek. I mean, it takes a while to get back there, but string our hammocks up across the creek and kind of down low by the water, and it's just like air conditioning. And of course, Tomas loves it back there.
Yeah. And, he wanted to go this week, and we didn't get back there. And it's further up in my feed. Oh, Ginger says DE won't hurt earthworms, so diatomaceous earth. So that's good to know. And somebody said that on Linda's pantry. Let's see, Brenda said that she scrambles up eggs 2 at a time and freezes them in small Ziploc bags. So that's a good idea too. I just last year I didn't go without eggs. I mean, this year I might, but I really want to find ways that I can use them. And so
Blue's out there with the animals. No wonder he ain't over here. But it looks like he ain't running nobody. So
anyway, one of the dogs is in with the goat. So
he's figured out that we don't have where the animals are at right now in front of Patty's mama's house. We don't have the. There's just some metal electric wire. We don't have poultry netting out there. We don't have a couple of the sides are not separated by field fencing. Now they're running a little bit now. I may have to get up here and go grab a dog.
Yeah, because if they all get out there, they're going to start running.
But Blue has decided that it's worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, Tiger's out there too.
They'll be fine. The goats are budding.
Yeah, hope so.
Somebody said if you get your hands on a drone, that would be a great viewpoint of the property. That would be awesome.
It would, but the problem is it's a fairly dense canopy back there.
Yeah.
We could do it here where we are now. I guess I could fly it. I don't know how far you can control those things, but we got some pretty tall trees we'd have to navigate. And I promise you, first 15 minutes I'd break it. And so,
that would be so cool.
Yeah, but I'd love to have, one of those maybe for Christmas or something.
Oh yeah.
No, I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't, because I'd break it. And it would be like the shortest lived Christmas present ever, probably.
I would like one.
Hush, Dottie.
I'm getting a table saw for
these
Christmas.
Chairs are horrible. We're like leaning back.
And we're on the hill too.
We're on a hill, and so we feel like we're in like those gravity tests.
Yeah, it's like we're going to stay up. It's comfortable. I can see the sky good if I'm laying back.
Yeah, so.
It's still daylight here.
My neck's going to be hurting, but.
One thing I have that I'm going to try and do videos on next week, and all of y'all probably know how to do it, but I'm going to be planting lettuce seeds, and I'm going to put them, in my little container. I'm not putting them in the garden because they have to have such even moisture to come up and everything. If they get dried out at all, it can really affect your stand of them. So I like to seed them first, but I am going to plant, Tommy's going to help me get a bed cleaned out. He didn't know that. But anyway, I found that I'm very, very allergic to ragweed. Yeah.
Oh.
Just say okay.
Okay.
That's good. But and so
whatever you say, dear.
That's a good answer. But
I learned that pretty early on.
I weed eated the garden a few weeks ago, and I just had a sneezing fit, which I had been sneezing every morning when I got up and been a little stuffy, but no big deal. I didn't have to take any medicine or anything. It wasn't debilitating by any means. But I had such a sneezing fit that it just, I mean, it hurt in my throat. It was just horrible. And I had to take medicine for about 2 weeks after that to stay clear and everything, and to not go into a fit again. And I really believe it's because I weeded the garden, and it was really bad. And you'll see that on the broccoli video when it's done. Oh, there's Blue.
Hopefully this week.
There's Blue.
Come here, Blue.
Anyway.
Too late. He just hit and run. He's
So-
got to go back and chase the animals.
He just went right through that hot wire.
I'm telling you, he figured it's worth it.
But anyway,
Risk reward.
so I got sick. I mean, just, with the allergies and everything. So I don't even want to try and pull that ragweed. I think that's ragweed in there, in the garden. So I don't even want to try and do that. So I need you to get that box clear, because you'll get mustard greens if you do it.
Which one is it?
The first one.
The one right here where the peppers are?
No. The one right there with all the. But anyway, you'll get fresh mustard greens if you do it.
I'm for that.
And spinach. I'm gonna put spinach
I'll
in
do
there
that.
too.
Well, are they going to come out as easy as they did in them other boxes?
Yes.
Good. No big deal.
Ginger Rose says Flonase works great. That's that stuff you use?
Yeah.
I did do that. I had to. It was just awful. I took the generic of Zyrtec, and I did Tommy's Flonase, and it worked really good. And I guess I was on it for about 2 weeks or so, and my heart I'm just weird, and my heart started really fluttering bad, and so I went ahead and got off of the Zyrtec stuff. And after 2 days off of it, my heart settled down. I can't take Sudafed.
Patty's hypersensitive to all kind of stuff. Not fragrances. Well, that's not true. Well, she's not as sensitive as some people are to fragrances. But I wish I could find the picture of my face, my eyes that day when I broke out so bad. Yeah. Look, y'all. They say somebody may correct me here, but it's something like every 7 years or so. Your metabolism changes, and you have the potential to lose certain allergies and pick up other allergies and this and that. I went the vast majority of my life. Well, I don't know if it's the majority now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still the majority of my life.
It's been the last 10 years you've really been suffering from allergies.
Yeah. Almost completely allergy free. I had a small, relatively speaking, allergy to stinging insects, but it was no big deal. I mean, I didn't have to have an EpiPen or nothing. I just swole up real bad, but I didn't have anything else.
His eyeballs actually swole.
No. I'm talking about insect stings.
Oh.
When I was, but.
Oh, sorry, I was reading.
when I was in college at LSU, one of my cousins, who was really more like just a friend, Brent, he and I carpooled together. We didn't live on campus. We carpooled together, and during the spring semester, Brent had the worst hay fever I've ever seen anybody in my life. To this day, I mean, he would take 2 steps and sneeze 3 times. I mean, every 2 steps he sneezed, just and I mocked him mercilessly, and just made terrible fun of him because it didn't bother me, And I don't know how many years it's been now, but as an adult, suddenly I believe God was sort of paying me back for that, and because it didn't jump on me to the extent that his did, but bad. And it was the thing with me, my eyes would itch so bad, and I've got pictures somewhere of I'd been bush hogging, and my eyes, the actual whites of my eyes were as red as a beet. They were as red as the lower third banner on your video screen right now, and just swollen out around my pupils. My whole eyelids were just almost swollen completely shut, and I wanted to claw them out. And so was that the first year?
Well, I mean, that's the first time you got it bad.
The first year I got it bad. I may have had a little bit the year before. But anyway, so
when we figured it out, it must have been hedge bush, because remember, it was hitting you in the face and all that. We figured it was hedge, but we were wrong.
Well, it may have been that year.
Well, maybe, but I don't think so.
Because I finally ended up getting a scratch test done, and it turned out grasses was the only thing that came back to register. It wasn't ragweed, and things like that. It was grasses.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so that, I started with over-the-counter allergy stuff. And it worked for a while. Then, the next year, and this is just rough estimations, like the next year that didn't work. I'd have to change to another kind. Mm-hmm. And went through all the over-the-counter stuff. It would work approximately a year and then quit working. And so then I started going to the doctor. And make a long story short, we went through, we finally, whatever he would prescribe, it would work for a year or so, and then it wouldn't, and he'd try something else. And then finally, I called him. I said, "Okay, it's time to swap." And he said, "Dude, I'm sorry, I'm out. I don't have. There are no other classifications, or And I was like, "Man, what am I gonna do?" He said, "Well, I got a hunch." He said, "I recommend you go back to the beginning, and go back to the first over the counter you tried."
Which was a prescription back then, I think, and then it was over the counter when you had to start getting it again.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah,
but here's the difference. What I've been doing, and it seems to really help me, is that I'm on the generic Zyrtec, and I take one every day, 365 days a year. And
that's what somebody told him, that you can't just start taking it during allergy season when you have such a bad.
And that's what I was doing. I was just trying to take it during allergy season. They're running the pigs.
They are?
Yeah, they're running the pigs.
No, let me change the subject. Noni said, Noni Grace, is that N-O-N-N-A? Nona?
Nana, if it's N-O-N-N-A.
I'm not a good, I can't do that good. But anyway, she said, we're so lucky to be able to sit outside in late October. It's dark and cold there in western New York. And somebody asked what temperature it is, and I pulled it up. It's 73 right now, so it's perfect. I'm starting to feel like it's a little cooler, and that's probably in Brookhaven, so it's probably 70 here, 71, something like that. And also, Sammy Joe said on Half Acre Homestead, they have a video on how to dehydrate eggs. So
come on,
I need to look at
Very
that.
Good.
And then somebody, I don't remember who else posted it, said that on the government site, whatever it is, it's what are you doing?
Somebody's asking.
They said that's blurry.
I'll see it.
They said that they're supposed to be dehydrated at 165 degrees. So I don't know.
This is for Don Quixote. I don't guess you can see that very good, but
so
that's my LSU graduation ring. It's got LSU in it with Mike the Tiger in the background.
Yeah, they say a neti pot. And we've done that before too. He's done that. Yeah, to clean out his sinuses. So.
Speaking of Tomas.
Yeah, we had fun with him this weekend.
We are so glad. We just can't tell you how much our grandson is our heart. I mean, just love him to pieces. And he loves it at the farm. He grew up loving it at the farm. He spent a lot of time here. They lived here when he was tiny.
You're doing a good job.
And Patty, I'm gonna have to go get those dogs.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
And kind of went through a phase here within the last year where he wasn't real interested in coming to the farm as
Turkeys
much.
are talking to you,
but
saying, thank
we're
you,
so
Tomas.
happy to report that he is back, being fired up about coming to the farm. He was here last weekend, and his mommy, our oldest daughter Chelsea, said all he talked about all week when he got home was when he was going to come back to the farm. And he loves to help. He loves to work.
There you go. Good
and so you're going to go call the dogs?
Yeah.
All right.
Nina Stevens says that Natchez, Mississippi is her hometown.
You're such a
Really?
Cool.
Well, neighbor.
That was pretty high.
Yeah, these chairs don't work too good because
Yeah,
they make my double chin look like a triple chin. I keep saying I need to jump in there with Wayne and Big Bear on that weight loss challenge. I really do need to do it.
That's called scratch grade.
So anyway, Patty, y'all excuse Patty. She's going to rescue the pigs and call the dogs. We're gonna have to figure something else out, I guess. We wanted to let the animals out in front of Patty's mama, Patty's mama's house. Grass has been going out there a little bit, and just to give them a little change of scenery. But we can't have those two puppies terrorizing the couple of pigs that are out there. So let me see here. What am I missing? Did I show anything else? Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll put this on. Remember earlier we showed you the shots of the two really very nicely prototypical body types of the American guinea hog. And I made mention at that time that a little later I'll show you some that aren't as prototypical. Let me show you a couple of those now. One of my favorite sounds is pigs eating acorns. And I don't have the sound turned on this, but my goodness, we've got acorns all over the place, and pigs are just fanatical about acorns. And so I happen to just kind of catch a few shots of them rooting around in an area that they had just gotten access to underneath an oak tree. There's no grass there because it's so dry, and plus it's shaded by an oak tree, but the acorns are just everywhere. So you notice how they're longer, they're leaner body types. I really wish I had it on a split screen with the other one. That's a good shot. See how much taller, even higher from the ground she was? Now that right there is half guinea hog and half potbelly, the little one on the left. But I think you can see the difference between the body type of the big one I showed you earlier. I hope Patty's having some success over there. I don't see dust flying. Let's see here. See if I missed. Ooh, Faye, I don't know. Faye says she got tired of paying high electric bills about a month ago, and once it hit the 80s, pretty much turned off the AC. Well, I'm going to tell you, there'll come a day when we can't do that in our home right now. It's just not put together with very good ventilation. We try to do that. We will raise the windows and put box fans in the windows and try to create circulation. It just doesn't work real well. But at Patty's mom's house, which we were told by her, she told us to build it to the design that we wanted, because one day it'll be ours. And it is built with SIP panels. And I don't know if you call that styrofoam insulated panels or self-insulating panels or structural insulated panels, but basically it's like 6 inches of styrofoam encased by on both sides by OSB. And when you tie it all the exterior walls are like that. And when they're tied together, it's like extremely structural sound. It's like tornado rated for something, I don't know. But the main deal is that the insulating properties are amazing, and it is so late in the. For example, Faye, here's an idea. You're talking about your electric bill. Our most recent electric bill in our home was what?
$268.
$268.
But it's a mobile home. It's a trailer.
$268, and the electric bill for the same month in Patty's mama's house was $69.
$69, and they keep it lower because my sisters come up. They actually keep it lower there than we keep our trailer.
Yeah, they keep the thermostat lower there than we do here, but the AC doesn't have to come on. And one of the things when we were designing the home, I told Patty, do with it what you will. I have 2 requests. One is a loft. Kind of wish we hadn't done that, but yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It just gets so hot up there from the heater, from the wood stove in the bottom. But I had 2 requests: a loft and an attic fan.
Yes.
So I don't know how many of you know what an attic fan is, but we had an attic fan growing up when I was a kid, and lots of people had them. And it's like in a hallway up into the ceiling, and you open your windows and turn that attic fan on, and it just sucks air through the house.
Yes,
and
nice. I love it.
We just lucked up, or really not luck. It was the providence of God and the position where we put that home.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And the angle at which the house sits. Mm-hmm. You can open. If you open, there's one window in Patty's mama's bedroom Actually, the
There's
door.
there's two
the
doors, yeah.
door primarily. We got to get a storm door for her bedroom, and because it opens
Or
to the
screen door, anyway.
something, yeah. But it opens to the backyard, and if you open that door and any window in the front of the house, almost any time of the year, there's air moving through it.
Yeah, it's like it sucks through, you know.
And
amazing.
I used to wonder how people in our area of the country, I know they were just tougher, and they just how they could live in houses with the heat and humidity we get. And yes, I get it. Part of it is they were tougher than we are. Part of it is they didn't know any better because they weren't exposed to air conditioning. But I also believe it's something else. They knew how to build houses.
Yeah, I agree.
To take advantage of sort of creating natural drafts in a house.
Well, that's right. And listen to this, though, Tommy. You know, the people...
Yes, a whole house attic fan.
Yeah, yeah. But in Lamar's house, which is Tommy's cousin, which Tommy's grandfather built, right? Pappy's daddy built that house?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was an old house with a dog trot in it and all that, if y'all know what that means, where like you have rooms on this side, rooms on that side, and there's a open hallway to the outside, you know, in between, and the kitchen was detached. So it's an old house. It doesn't get hot.
No.
Like, you know, modern houses.
Air moves through it.
Yeah.
Air moves through it. It's just amazing.
In fact, they have one air conditioner that they'll put that they have, I think, in one of their bedrooms, but they don't run the air.
Come here, Blue.
Come here, Blue. Come on.
Up.
Come on.
Come here. Not you, Duke. Come over here, Blue. Look at this face. Look at this face. Look at these eyes.
Come on, Duke. Now, don't do that. Hey, baby. Mama loves you. Yeah, you did that.
No, you did it.
Look at you. You filthy, Tommy.
Not just me, but my iPad's filthy too.
Oh no!
You can't really see it, but it's got mud all over it. Hey, before we forget, you got 5 minutes, and then everybody's gonna hop over to the Big Family Homestead. And if you came in late, we won't try this again, probably.
Just rewatch this show if you want to see
see
us outdoors.
If you want to find out why, I got mud on my face now, all over my shirt.
You're bad, buddy.
Oh man!
Tommy don't like to get dirty
all over
like
your
that.
laptop.
My laptop?
Yeah.
You better fix it.
So this is the result of that little experiment.
Well, we're trying to. Well, if it results in finding Blue a home, I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Corey to the rescue. Corey just got home, so he's rescuing us.
Man.
Okay, let's see. I had some things written down. I think we talked about everything. And of course, we've asked y'all this before, and if y'all have watched any of our videos or anything and would like for us to elaborate on anything, or if you have any ideas for shows, even if we have to research it and look up stuff, or quick tip videos, let us know. Send us a little email and let us know, because we'd be glad to do that. We'd like ideas, would like to know about what you'd like to hear about, and some discussions you'd like us to bring up. So
yeah, GMC, he does have Catahoula looking eyes, but I promise you, he's not Catahoula. There's no Catahoula in him at all. You know.
Yeah, I think that comes from the Border Collie. I think sometimes Border Collies have the blue eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just I don't know that I've ever seen one with two that are just stark like that. And
They're
one of
so
the puppies we found a home for had one of his eyes or hers eyes was 3/4 light blue like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was like a quarter of it that was brown. It was weird, but it wasn't like a sharp line dividing it. So, just stunning eyes, and that's why we kept him. But we're just dog poor.
Yeah,
and
we really need to get down to. I mean, we hope there's Dottie. I hope she's
no
not
Dottie.
shot.
Oh my gosh! And Dottie's a rescue.
Yeah.
And she has 2 speeds: wide open and stop. And
she just came barreling over. She's a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, she came flying through here, and I thought she is fixing to jump on top of this thing and take the camera because she loves to jump. She's a jumper.
Not you, Toby. Go on, Toby.
Get down, Toby. And then there's Toby.
that wants to protect. We may have a dog fight. I hope.
Yeah,
not.
you can't get up here, Toby.
Well, it would be better he be up here than.
No, because then if Duke comes over here, it's going to be all up in the laptop. 2 minutes. All right.
But anyway,
what else do you want to say? Because we might sign off a minute early here.
I think that was it. I think that was it.
Suburban Hillbilly said that like a property tour. We really do need to do some filming back on the place, and we already mentioned that we'll do some filming on the new animal trails in the pine trees as time permits.
Yeah.
And we'll try to remember for next week. Y'all send us an email to idea something. Just put something in front of at AldermanFarms.net.
Yeah.
And remind me to about the creek. Send an email to creek at AldermanFarms.net, and we'll load up some of our videos from the creek for next week's show.
New ones.
Or take some new ones, I guess so.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do, because we've showed different parts of the property and everything. Stacy and Doug did this, where they did kind of a walking tour of their place where you kind of see where things are laid out and everything. So I really would like to do that here, where they'll see where we have our trailer, where Mama's house is, the front. You know, we have different areas that we talk about that, you know, we have the animals.
Yeah.
And I'd like to show that, so.
All right.
Anyway.
So anyway, time is up for us. So just remember this. I'm going to try to remind you of this every week as we sign off. Go tell everybody, hey, at Big Family Homestead.
Yep.
And so whatever you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God. Thanks for showing up, and